Hey everybody, welcome back here to A Place to Heal. All right, so today I want to talk to you about bladder infections, urinary tract infections, all these infections that go on. You know, I was really amazed the very first time I attended a surgery and I saw them actually pull out. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but anyway, the little tubes that go down from the kidneys, it was just amazing, right? So there's a lot of stuff that goes on that people do not even realize that goes on in their bladder, their kidneys, their urethras, all this stuff. And today I want to talk to you about Uva Ursi. It's one of the herbs that I recommend the most. I want to start out by saying that Uva Ursi should not be given to children. That's a no. So 18 or older, because it does have a very powerful effect. I have literally seen people not take to antibiotics when they have urinary tract infections or bladder infections and go between one antibiotic to the second antibiotic to the third antibiotic and nothing. And I've seen that take care of the problem. Okay, so I want you to think about this because your kidneys do a lot of work for you. They have to clean out a lot of junk. Okay, so and not only these powders, a lot of people take these protein powders, seasonings, anything that is in the form of, a little gritty powder, anything like that. Sometimes it doesn't get completely dissolved by the body and it reaches those kidney filters. And there's tons of these little granuli, these little tiny kidney filters inside those kidneys and those little tubes that go down into the bladder. And those sometimes get clogged. So what ends up happening is when these get clogged, what happens next is right behind it, there's going to be bacteria building up because your kidneys are supposed to filter this stuff out. So this bacteria starts to build up in these tubes or in the bladder or, in these little filters. And the next thing you know, bladder infection, UTI, urinary tract infection, kidney infection. It depends. The longer you wait, of course, the higher up that bacteria is going to go because we are a septic system and we have a tendency to back up. So what I found is Uva Ursi is great for that, for urinary tract infections. This should not be taken long term. I want to start there. Okay, no children, no long term. And you do not want to overdose on this, okay? Because you can, and it's not good. I'm not even going to go into all the side effects, but I'll let the pharmaceutical companies do that. But this does have side effects if you overdo it, okay? So the way that I do it is I take one of these, and this is what it looks like when it's completely done. It almost looks just like lemonade, almost tastes just like lemonade. So I do 1 ounce to 1 teaspoon, and I do not buy like the crushed leaves. Okay, so when I buy my Uva Ursi, as you can see, I buy the actual leaves. I get these on Etsy. Etsy is usually one of the better ones for actually selling you the whole leaves instead of the powder. If all you can get is the powdered leaves, well, that's fine too, but so what I do is I do 5 ounces, 4 ounces, 3 ounces, however much you want, 1 ounce of water to 1 teaspoon of Uva Ursi, the leaves. So what I do is I bring my water to a boil and I add, I have five ounces of water. So I'm going to do 5 teaspoons of the herb, and then I'm going to let it boil for 3 minutes to get into those leaves real good and get all those properties out. And then I just turn my stove off and I let it cool down. And I just let it sit there and I let it infuse for at least a good 10 minutes till it's completely cool, and then I will put it in my jar. To that, I will add the juice of 1 lemon. Uva Ursi is not bitter, it's not sweet, it's a very neutral herb. So it's very easy to drink a lot of it, which, like I said, you don't want to. So usually this is about how much I drink. I drink this once or twice a day, tops. Never more than this. I usually drink 6 ounces, if that. It could almost pass for lemonade if you added honey to it. It could almost pass for lemonade because it does taste very just like lemonade. But I do want to warn you about this. So if you have a lot of problems with your bladder, if you have a lot of problems with your kidneys, if you have a lot of problems with these filters and everything else, like I did, when you drink it, the first time I drank it, I was like, oh, where's that pain coming? The pain was like, had me on the floor. My bladder was screaming out bloody murder. And I was just like, oh no, and it was one of those moments where like 911 or no, yeah, no, oh, okay, wait, and it finally went through. But this just means that you've definitely got some clogs in there somewhere, whether it's the bladder or whether it's, the kidneys or the filters or something. So you might feel some stabbing pain in your bladder or behind in your kidneys, or it depends on where that clog is. Mine definitely is bladder. I've always known that. So things start to get backed up, and you don't want things to get backed up because that's when you end up with bacteria. Everybody always contacts me and goes, I keep getting these UTIs. I keep getting these UTIs. This is why. There is junk in there that has built up, and now the septic system has started backing up. And as that septic system backs up, there's a clog. And look, just like a river, you have your nice little rivers flowing, and if the river is flowing nice and well, no problem. You got a beaver move in there, and you start putting logs and in the way and everything else, and the next thing you know, you're gonna have scum and all sorts of bacteria and all sorts of everything back up behind there. That's no different than what's going on in your body. You are a septic system. You are an ecosystem, and that ecosystem has to run perfectly at all times. So if you have a tendency to get a lot of UTIs or bladder infections or kidney infections, give Uva Ursi a try. I promise you, you're not going to regret it. So the way I do it is I make one of these. This holds, like I said, about, a good 5-6 cups of water. And I'm going to drink about 6 ounces every day. Never close to bedtime, or I guarantee you'll be getting up in the middle of the night. I drink it usually in the morning or in the afternoon when I'm home. And once that bottle is gone, I'm done. Okay. I don't touch it for at least another 3 to 4 weeks because you don't want to overdose on this because it is very strong herbal medicine. All right. So there you go. Thank you for watching. As always, I'm on Instagram. I'm on here on YouTube. I am on TikTok. I'm on Facebook, and you're free to join me in any of those platforms. Or you can join my group, my membership group. It's $10 a month, and basically that is a retainer, and you have me on retainer to answer your questions or anything that you need. We do a bunch of cleanses in there, and we do a bunch of flushes, and we're always doing fasting or flushes or cleanses or everything else. All right, and you're free to join me there on Throne. All my links are always down below the videos, and as always, I'm here to keep you healthy. Please stay happy and love and respect one another. And I'll see you next week with some more tips on how to keep your body healthy. Bye-bye.